This is a short video documentary of my solo bikepacking trip riding coast to coast from Whitehaven to Tynemouth. It features beautiful scenery, plenty of climbing, lots of complaining about side winds, tells about things that happened on the way and the people that I met. It's a well-known route and for a good reason. It's beautiful. I rode it in 2 and a bit days and finished feeling both inspired and humbled. Bikepacking is amazing. Seeing the world is amazing, as is outdoor space and solo travel. And solo travel is something that I think everyone should do a little bit of sometime. Well, I can't get enough of it, but I'll go into that another time. Anyway, come along with me on my journey across the country from the Irish seaport town of Whitehaven over to the North Sea. Well, here we are again, start of another bikepacking trip. This time it's coast to coast. This has been one that's been on my bucket list for a while, so I'm here at Whitehaven. I'm going to be riding over to Tynemouth near Newcastle. And I'm doing this over a few days, and I've not got camping kit. I'm staying in youth hostels, so yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I thought I would opt for my gravel bike, easier gears up the climbs, versus road bike. I did wonder a little bit, and yeah, so youth hostel rather than camping this time. But yeah, I'm excited. Drive up here was beautiful, the lovely Lake District area is absolutely stunning. So yeah, let's go. Let's do this. So first stop is about 25 miles, really short afternoon today after a day's travelling, to Buttermere, and then a big day tomorrow. Well, really easy getting out of Whitehaven, dedicated bike paths, signed coast to coast. Straight on to dedicated bike paths out of Whitehaven, and I was on my way. I set off around mid-afternoon, and it was just a 25-mile route today to my stop in Buttermere. This first section was a false flat, a really steady incline. Bike path junction, love that. It's nice being off-road, but there's a lot of tree roots under the path, which makes for a rocky ride. The countryside's starting to open out now. Should get some nice views soon. As with any one direction route, you want a tailwind, and luckily this was in my favour with a southwesterly wind, and quite strong, but very strong side winds, and yeah, I was hoping that continued. Well, it's opened out and lots of climbing, as you would imagine. Not much in terms of views, there's a lot of cloud, but yeah, you can just see lakes and tops of peaks popping out. Luckily it's mainly in my favour. Let's take it that way, please. Such a beautiful place. As I continued through the Lake District region, getting closer to Buttermere, the scenery became more and more dramatic, with incredible views opening out at every turn. I felt excited for the roads to come. The coast to coast is an iconic route which I've wanted to attempt for some time, mainly inspired by Anna, one of my superbike pals. I'm descending here down towards Komoot Water. Please note I'm attempting to give a little more commentary on where I am, some feedback I received on one of my last videos. Thanks for sticking with me, I'm just an amateur bikepacker after all. Amazing round here. Oh goodness. Wow. when I turned off towards my evening accommodation, it sure was windy. Thank goodness I wasn't riding this route in the opposite direction. Still beautiful though. Well, I've made it to point number 1. Just like I said, a short day today, so short ride, long drive, and then ride to my first point, which is YHA Buttermere. Beautiful. So yeah, I've got a big day tomorrow, which scares me a little bit. 90 miles and a lot of climbing. Good morning from the very glamorous drying room at the Youth Hostel in Buttermere. I'm just sorting out my kit. So the packing of bike packing begins, but much easier when you're not camping. So yeah, let's go on with this. Well, hello from a drizzly grey Lake District, just leaving Buttermere on day 2, and I've got a big day in store today. Have I bitten off more than I can chew again? That usual feeling, but you know, even in the grey and drizzle, it's beautiful. Look at this. First big climb of the day. Easy does it. Going up and up, climbing in this like cinematic cloud to the sound of crashing water. Makes you feel alive. For those of you that know this area, you might recognise Whinlatter Pass, a well-known climb in the Lake District. And then a little bit further along I came up against some congestion. Not what I needed in the rush hour. You know, sometimes you meet somebody and they don't listen to anything that you say and just want to recommend like a million things that you don't want to do. Like a guy at the top of Whinlatter asked me to take his photo, friendly enough, but then, you know, oh, where are you going? I'm on the coast to coast route. Oh, you should do this coast to coast sporty, it's a fantastic event. Oh, you're touring, you've not got much kit there, you haven't really got enough stuff, have you? And I don't want to do a sportive. I've done sportives, I like sportives, but I like just being solo and doing my own thing, but he didn't want to listen to that. Oh well. Anyway, onwards. And just to add, I do believe that the Coast to Coast Sportive is a fantastic event, and for those that do it, it's brilliant. But I'm more of a self-sufficient bikepacking cyclist these days. I've done sportives, I've done races, and now I just like travelling and seeing places on my own agenda. What really annoyed me was that when I was talking, he didn't want to listen to anything that I said and just wanted to advise me and give me advice without knowing anything about me and what I do. So it was all a bit unwarranted, but yeah, the sort of person you come up against sometimes. When you're in a valley and you turn off onto a road called Fellside. Yep, that was me going up for a while. Wet feet incoming. Ah! And again. Okay, so the climbing really is coming in thick and fast now. Oh, got another gear, bonus. Wow, this climb, the views are really opening up. Absolutely stunning. I've still got quite a bit of a way to go, but I'll probably be going into the cloud. Here's the popping. Love that. So this is Hartside Pass, one of the several pretty high climbs on this route. Some of the highest roads in the country, in fact. It stands at an elevation of 1,904 feet, and where on a clear day, apparently there are views across the Solway Firth to Scotland. My friend Steve Hill also tells me that there once was also a cafe at the summit, and it actually was a really nice climb. I enjoyed it. I ride up these climbs at my own pace and take my time, easy gear, and spin on up. In the cloud! Just take a minute just to appreciate how awesome it is up here. Not much in terms of views, because I'm in the cloud and my ears are popping. Yep. Definitely no cafe up here. After Hartside, I had still more climbs and miles I needed to cover to get to my planned accommodation at YHA Edmund Byers. However, even worse windy conditions were setting in. Shelter now, but very tough windy conditions. Woo. I ride in all sorts, but equally I trust my instincts and my gut, and it was getting worse. I stopped and considered my options. I had no phone signal. I need to make a decision, get on with it and ride on, or turn back and get to the nearest village and start seeing what my options really were. It didn't feel safe, and I realised I needed a plan B. Divert to the nearest bike shop. Oh, the cycling community, just the best. Extraction. I can't get over the hills, there's a massive storm, but yeah, I'm in this bike shop and the man's helping me. So the bike shop I'd ridden past was North Pennine Cycles at Nanthead. I called in and explained my dilemma to Dave and asked if there were any B&Bs in the village. First of all, he put the kettle on and offered up a few digestive biscuits. Then he had a few ideas and gave me the info to start making some calls. He suggested a bunkhouse, which was a mile down the road. I gave Danny a call at Haggs Bunkhouse. He said yes, he had space, but no food on offer, but he was going to the supermarket later and would give me a lift if I wanted. Really, I felt I'd struck lucky, and with the weather getting worse, it 100% was the right call. Trust your gut, it knows. The kindness of strangers. And this is Haggs Bunkhouse, perfect for a night's rest. My mum telling me that I always fall on my feet is coming to mind again, so I was planning on getting over to Edmundbriars today, to the youth hostel, but the side winds on the moors were mental, and I'd say I'm pretty tough for riding most conditions, but yeah, when the gust had really nearly swept me off a few times, I just thought, no, this isn't the one. So I rode back into the village, Nanhead, and there was an old school bike shop there. No phone signal, no 3G, nothing. And the guy there was giving me suggestions on where I could maybe stay, and he recommended the Bunkhouse down the road. So yeah, I've got a room here. Bargain price really. I've got my own room. Yeah, pretty pleased. But I've got to get over those hills tomorrow, so hopefully the weather's alright. But yeah, for tonight I'm bunking down. They don't do any food, but the guy said he'd drive me into town to the supermarket, so I am winging it, totally winging it. Good morning from a very tired Lucy. Yeah, mixed night's sleep. I think I was just so tired, I was just a bit restless. But yeah, I'm fine. And I'm going to be cycling onwards today. So I've got to get over the moors and then it should be pretty much more descending. Gosh, yesterday was a tough day with the climbing and that wind was really bonkers. I mean, I didn't film it loads because I was like, I've just got to get myself out of here. But the side winds was so crazy. I just felt a step too far. And I was like, nah, I've got to get over about 5 of these passes. So I need to find somewhere. So just calling into that amazing bike shop. I love it. I love the old school shops like that. And the guy there, Dave, he was just so lovely. So if you are passing by the area, definitely do call into that bike shop. And he was so helpful and so kind, and 2 cups of tea in a mile. The hostel host also made me a cup of tea when I arrived. Maybe they felt sorry for me. Yeah, so I'm feeling really lucky. I just need to get up and on my way, and it looks a little less windy today, so hopefully I won't have some of the problems that I had yesterday. Yeah, so just enjoying a massive bowl of porridge, some coffee, and I've got my luxury item, which is my fleecy socks. I'll show you. My one luxury item. We've got Dave here from North Pennine Cycles, heart of the coast to coast, helping me out with some maintenance here. My lifesaver.
I think you might have needed it.
What can I say? Thanks, Dave, for sorting out my bike and finding me somewhere to stay the previous night. I rode off with a good luck from Dave, and I was pleased to continue on the rest of my journey. Up and over and straight through the North Pennines. I felt in awe of the open space up here. There wasn't much in terms of views, but it felt so atmospheric and special to be riding through this place. The smell of the woodland through here is amazing. Honestly, feast for the senses. So yeah, my heart's feeling pretty full right now. climbing. Climb 15 of 18. Come on, let's do this. Slow going, but we're doing this. Whew. Pretty long climbs, but amazing descending too. It's a brute. 23%. I'm nearly there. Miles to go. Starving. Just stopped for a cheese cob that I made this morning. Yeah, last bit. I'm tired. I'll be proud when I finish, but I'll be glad when I finish too. So. Some amazing views. Beautiful that part of the country. Well, pretty different landscapes to a few hours previous as I rode through Newcastle and onto Tynemouth.
Gotta be nearly there now.
And here you go, I made it. Coast to coast complete, and I'm pretty proud of that one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.